Hey everybody, got a new project. It's actually not one of the cars, but it's in the car vibe. Something pretty cool. Check it out. Alright guys, well I'm still waiting on the lift. It was delayed getting here. I mentioned this in the last project, in the last video. Let me get that out right. Last video that I had another little project I was going to do and mentioned about turning this into a Bluetooth speaker. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, this speaker right here was a driving speaker from the Lycinda drive-in, which my great-grandfather originally owned. So I have it. It was in storage at my grandpa's. And I found it down there, and I was like, you know, that'd be cool to turn into a Bluetooth speaker to hang on the window of your car. So you've got a vintage look, like a drive-in speaker, but it's actually Bluetooth, so we can use it with modern functions. So that's what I'm going to do with this. First things first, I've got to get it apart and get it all polished up. So I've got here, I bought a inexpensive Bluetooth speaker to actually use for parts. It was cheaper than just buying them out loose. And use the guts out of that and put it into this one. So first thing, let's get it apart, then I'm going to polish it up. All right, looks like we got, yeah, put that right there out of the way. Anyway, we got 2 screws holding it, just Phillips heads. 1. 2. All right, now I've never took one of these apart, so I have no idea what these look like on the inside. But anyway, and that's it. So it looks like it was just a speaker and a potometer. I think that's how you pronounce that. Basically a volume knob for layman's terms. That turned it on and the power came in, audio power came in from there. So speakers eat up, there's nothing left of it. So we might use the basket to hold the other speaker, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the guts out of this right quick. Didn't like me there. So these have been together for a long time, it looks like. And now we need to pull the potometer out, which is just a wrench. So let me get a wrench and we'll take it out. Just grab some pliers, because guess what, I'm not going to reuse it. I'll probably save up nut just in case I need it, but there is the old speaker, which is destroyed, eat up from time, some cobwebs, things like that. All right, let's see if we can polish this thing and make it look like anything. Now originally, these were just kind of raw. That's how they all were. I actually asked Dad, you know, he used to go to that drive-in when he was a kid, so apparently they were really just raw metal. But I think I'm going to try to polish it and make it look pretty. So let me get some polish and I'll be back with you. All right, so I've got the buffing wheel here. I've got something called Pink Stuff. Found it at Walmart. Really wasn't what I wanted, but it should work to do something. If it doesn't work, I'll go get something more abrasive, better. So that's looking pretty good. Well, Yeah, I can live with that. What do you think? All right, so we'll polish this up. I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm gonna run it a little more and polish it, but look at that. That's what, compared to what I started with, this is the back. Wow. So I think a little bit more polishing. I ain't concerned with it being 100%, you know, beautiful, look like it's brand new. I want it to be weathered, but that looks great. And you can read the writing really well. So I think I'll go ahead and do just a little bit more polishing on this. Then I'll get to the back. I think the back's gonna really clean up where it's so smooth. And then we'll look into doing taking this other speaker apart and trying to put the guts into it and this one and figure out how we're gonna do it. Wow, guys, I'm impressed. Look at that. Look at it. It's reflecting light. You know, I probably could sit here and work this for another couple hours. Or had a look, and it would be like brilliant shine. But I mean, you're gonna have pits. I mean, it's got pits. So, and I'm gonna take a Dremel and get right in there and do that one with a smaller buffer, that little section. But you know, I'm pleased. I think it's gonna be cool. Let's do the back. And this is what I'm starting with. And all I'm using is this paste on this buffing wheel. So I'm not gonna bore you with sitting here watching a buffing wheel spin. Or I can, you know. Actually, yeah, we'll fast forward it and go through it fast, show you a little buffing action here. All right. Just the first pass. All right, we're gonna buff on this some more. All right, guys, there's the back. I gotta go put some like just solution on to clean it. Got a little stuff on it right there that we'll clean off with just probably something like carb cleaner or something. I'm not sure what yet, but as you can see, it's actually got a sheen to it. I probably could sit and work it, maybe get a more abrasive polish and just keep working it, and it would be glistening. But again, I want it to look like it's actually old. I don't want it to look like it's brand new. I just want to make it better than it was. So, yeah. So I think if we take that little bit right there, just get this tarnish off of it. And most of this black stuff is actually where it's eating off tarnish. So I think if we get all that off and get this shiny, as you can see, it's coming right off. And we've got a nice brilliant shine under it. So maybe just a little, I don't know, alcohol, something like that. I'm not really sure what would be the best plan of attack on that. But, you know. And I may go over it one more pass, but look at that, how shiny. That's crazy. That was all tarnished up. You couldn't even tell what it was. So, you know, and these are just I guess it's cast aluminum. That's what it looks like. So now we'll take this little speaker that I bought and take the parts out of it. And I'm not sure what it looks like inside, so that's the next plan of attack here. So let me find a screwdriver to get it apart. I know the thing pulls off the front here, like so. And this thing's actually pretty loud. I tested it out. It actually sounds really good. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use all these little buttons or just have it where I can plug the USB in. I really don't need all that. But if I can make it somewhere it's nice and hidden on the back, I might do it. So we'll just figure that out. I'm probably going to have to make a little insertion for the USB port. And this switch, if I can make it work, I've got a toggle switch I'm going to try to put right here that's like an old chrome toggle switch, so it fits right in this opening. So let's take this apart and see what we got. All right, so I got the guts out of it. And it's just it's got a mic and everything. That's your power switch right there. So I'm not sure I can desolder that and make it work the way they've got it soldered. However, I can take the battery pack washers and split those and make that turn on and just leave this on at all times. So that could work. I'm not really sure yet. But see, it is very loud. So now the basket that the speaker sits in on this one was huge compared to this little speaker. So it's going to be a lot bigger. Probably need a piece of speaker material like foam put around this, or a piece of mesh. So I have to find some screen would be the best thing. This piece might actually work. Aha. So that, like that, and we just notch it around and paint it black. Like so. And board here. USB charger and everything would probably be best right here, like this. What I think I'm going to do is actually cut this speaker cage off. Big enough around to hold this, because this is garbage right here. I mean, there's none of this left. The only thing that's good on this is the potometer. And I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. My brain's not working real well. But that's the only thing that's really good on this speaker. So if I cut it apart and make it so it just holds this speaker in, and we screw it down and we trim this out so it's a flat mesh so it looks right. We'll paint it silver or black. Probably black so it looks right. We'll just repurpose what we got here. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Alright, so did a little grinding on this, a little dimpling. It's going to be hid. You're not going to see it. Pull this piece of fabric off of it. But that's all going to be in there. Probably bend that out and take it off. I really want to, but it ain't really going to matter. Threw just a light coat of black on that. Just enough so you can't see it from the outside. Like so. Now what I might have to do, I might have to do some trimming on this. But yeah, I'm going to have to trim this little guy's got to be trimmed and around the edges so it lays flat. Not really sure how I'm going to do that yet. Try it on the grinder, see what happens. Alright, I believe that worked. I'm gonna have to do it some more, but so I'm gonna take it off and make it round. take this corner down and the corners down. Okay. But this is gonna work. All right, guys. So that's how it's gonna look. That's the inside. You're not gonna see any of that, but I think that looks really good. I mean, from a distance, you're not gonna even know what it is unless you're just getting right down and looking at it. So it looks right at home in there. Probably would look better to do the whole screen, but this is what I got. So I got to check one thing with a charger and make sure that this thing will charge, how it actually charges, because if it charges, I'm not going to be able to use my toggle switch like I wanted. I don't think. We'll see. Whew. Okay, after some intense soldering, I actually have this thing working. The wires for the battery pack came loose and they were soldered terribly, so I had to resolder them. So then I made a jumper on the actual original switch with these two wires, and watch this. Toggle switch flipped. It works. So now all I gotta do is put it in the case and figure out where I'm going to mount the USB plug, which I think I can mount it right where the original hole is. But that's got it. So let's finish cleaning it. We'll finish cleaning this off, get all that polish off of it, mount all this in there. All right, so there's what I got. I just ran a USB wire out. I was thinking about making the port where you could access it, but I just decided to do that. I figure I can always put a extension wire on it or something like that. Just got it zip tied in, got the toggle switch, everything wired in. Should be fine. We'll screw it back together and we'll see the finished product. And I'm connected to it. Let's see if I have something out here that's copyright free. This should be. So there. And that's it. Bluetooth speaker. We can charge it. We can hang it on the window of the car. I don't really love this wire. I may go back and change that to something later, or maybe put a regular USB port right there. But for now, that'll work. Looks really good though. So on that wire, I got on Amazon and found one that actually has, it's like an extension cable and has a USB plug on the other side that screws in. So I'm gonna order one of those to make that complete and change that. I'm not gonna film it or anything because it'll take a few days to get it in, but I'll go ahead and change that out so it's just got a plug on the back like that. So, you know, because I'm worried about that getting jerked out. And if I got something solid like that, it wouldn't do it. So we'll get that done too. And see, there you go. We can hang them on the window. Pretty awesome. All right, guys. What I'm thinking about doing too is I'm keeping this one and I'm keeping the other one because they say Lysander Drive-In, which was my great-grandfather's. However, I'm thinking about buying another speaker off eBay and making another Bluetooth speaker like this. Maybe even do it a little better than this one. I may change this one up actually later on if I'm not 100% happy with it and make it more rugged. I might even try to make it a waterproof one. But I'm thinking of doing maybe one of these for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Once we get to the 1,000 subscribers on Jeffrey Rig, making one of these speakers, and making a Bluetooth speaker, drive-in speaker, and giving it away to one of the subscribers. Just random drawing. picking. I won't know who it will be. I'll go through the list of subscribers. I don't know all the details yet. I'm not really figured it out for sure how we're going to do the drawing and everything. However, I want to do something, you know, to get us, to show the appreciation to the fans and get us up to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully more people will be interested in us like that. So, y'all think you would like one of these done? Message me. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments, whatever, you know. Tell me you love this thing. Or if you hate it, we'll think of something else, you know. You think it's goofy? Go on, tell me. Feedback is really welcome. I think it's pretty cool, but the rest of the world might think, well, that's just cheap and cheesy. So, like I said, hit us up. But until then, I appreciate you all. I was up to 196 when I come out here and started working in the garage. So I'm up to 196 subscribers. Thank you all so much for that. I really appreciate it. Really getting there. Grew crazy this week. But until then, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to keep on rigging.